Okay guys, we're out on the road now. It's about 10 after 3. You can see it's not awful. That's mostly just slush, I think, on the roads, the way it's breaking up from the vehicle traffic. Not seen a lot of traffic, but a guy that came in to take my place had to come from over next to where I live. And he said the closer we get on that way, the worse it gets. So this is between Appalachia, Virginia and Norton, Virginia. Once we get into downtown Norton, we'll try to get the camera back up and show you some more. Bye. Okay guys, we're almost in Norton. Still on this little 2-lane road. You can tell there's more snow here. I don't know how good you can see it on the camera, but trust me, there is. The big noise you hear in the background is my heater fan going wide open, which does not put out heat. I've got a stopped up coil, but the heat that is, or the air that is coming out is warmer than the air that's on the outside of the windshield, so I've got to do a little defrosting. I looked earlier today, and where I was at in Andover to where I'm going in Norton, elevation difference is about 500 feet nearly. Norton is higher in elevation than Andover. And it don't seem like a whole lot until you see the difference in snow. Now where I'm going at home is actually about 100 feet lower in elevation than where I was. I hope this don't make anybody head sick. Just wanted to show you some of the view we're going through here. It may be a little dangerous, but it sure is pretty. Okay guys, we're now entering the official limits of the city of Norton. Uh-oh. My co-worker there in that truck in front of me just fishtailed a little. That's a little 2-wheel drive truck. But the bad part about being in the city limits of Norton is the state truck that I was behind just turned around. Norton has their own town crew that takes care of this stuff, and as you can see, they're not doing a real good job of it. I'm gonna go around here, and that's a parking lot covered. There's quite a bit more snow here than there was in Andover. I guess that 500 feet makes a pretty good difference. It's alright with y'all. I may just keep you here for a few minutes as we ride through Norton. I want to drop this automatic transmission down into 1 going down this hill. Hopefully I don't have to touch the brakes any. That's one reason I'd rather have a manual transmission truck. Got some people clearing the driveway. You're wasting your time, and there's somebody in shorts. Makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. But to each his own, I guess. Doesn't seem to be too awful slick. Not that I've noticed. Anyway, I know the camera's shaking y'all, but I'm holding the steering with the same hand sometimes. Now there we have a town of Norton truck, I think. No, that's just a personally owned pickup. It's one of the people that's contracted to do the parking lots. You can see the visibility here is not long, not far at all. Get out there, I don't know, a couple 100 yards. Can't hardly see a thing. It's not really snowing all that hard now. And the flakes are much smaller than they were earlier. But the damage has been done, I guess. Now, this is calling a city, but it's just barely qualified by population. It's nothing major. This is the main road in it. Thought we may get to see a little accident there. I think we're going to bypass these two vans. Yeah, this road's not even been touched by anything with a blade on it. Tie my old Becker BK2 to the front of the truck. At least get a little bit of scraping done. Dairy Queen. Who wants a blizzard? Sorry, I apologize for that. My wife just called and a minute ago and told me church was canceled tonight. So if you're in the middle of this storm and was planning on attending church and it got canceled, use the opportunity to catch up on your self-study. That's what I'm hoping to do. You know, we get caught up sometimes into going to church activities, and that's good. Sometimes we let that keep us from doing our own self-study and growing in our own selves, which is still very important. Friday night's the only night I've not been to singing or study or something in a week, over a week, and it does take a toll on you, and you can easily get behind in your reading. So that's what I'm hoping to get done tonight. Well, we're out of the Norton city limits, and it don't look like many trucks here. I'm not even much worried about that yellow light. This slush is so thick that I can look behind me and see where I'm throwing up fantails at. Well, you can see in the front blowing up. It's just so thick where it's not being touched. I want to ease over into what used to be the right-hand lane. And we'll cut down on that a little bit. Alright guys, we're going to drive a little bit farther and let this old hand rest from holding this camera. Before anybody says I'm a complete idiot and being unsafe on this road, I'm only going 25 miles an hour, so the camera's not really hindering me that much. We're going to stop at this little traffic light, let it clear, and we'll get back with you here in a little bit. Yay, state truck. Alright, we're this red light here, we just passed by a little community called Tacoma in between Norton and Coburn. And that's usually our halfway point of our 50-minute commute to work and back. And as of right now, halfway should be 25 minutes. We've been driving 40. We're still taking our time. This looks dangerous maybe, but I want you to look how pretty some of these places are. If you can look at them with me going down the road without you getting sick. It's beautiful. I love it. The bottom over there is usually filled with turkeys, but they've even got enough sense to get out of the snow, I guess. Not intentional, but I'm going to stop here for about 5 seconds. Yeah, it is intentional. Look at my UT ball stuff. Talking about the slush blowing out the back wheels when I was going through it earlier. I blinded myself a minute ago. I was changing lanes, so to speak. When I went through that slush, it came off of the front wheels and just covered the windshield up. It's still snowing decently. I think the snow is supposed to phase out by 8 o'clock or so tonight, maybe a little sooner. Then it's supposed to drop down in the 20s. So all of this is going to be froze solid. Oh no, I don't know if you guys saw that. That little Range Rover right there just went in the ditch. He made it back out though, he must have been flying. But everything's going to freeze up tonight. The good part is, tomorrow's high is supposed to be about 50. So as bad as this looks, it'll about all be completely gone by tomorrow afternoon. And I'm not exactly the biggest fan of driving in the snow. The only reason I'm out is because I had to get home. But since I am out, it's kind of nice. Just take your time. Like I said before, it's very, very pretty. There's another 2-lane road down there. That bottom. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm not looking in that direction. I'm keeping my eyes on the road. That's why I don't know if when I do things like this, if it's too fast for you to see anything or just enough to make you sick or what. I'm pretty much looking straight ahead. Excuse me. Getting ready to come into a little town called Coburn. Maybe 3 miles worth of road, maybe 4. Then we'll just be back out on out away from everything again for a while. Chevrolet behind me, so he's keeping pace pretty good. We're coming up on some traffic here in town now. Some cars and such, but they're going to get another head start on us because we are at another red light. On the move. If I'm boring y'all to sleep, go ahead and take a nap. I'll holler real big if something good happens to wake you up. I just thought I'd do this on the way in for a little bit. ahead, when this curve starts left-handed, this actual bridge. As you know, bridges freeze first. But this one's got such a good packing of snow, I believe it's insulated from freezing. Worst thing I hate about driving and stuff like this is the wipers. They keep freezing up. It just aggravates me. I don't mind driving it. I'm not really worried about slipping and sliding, especially in this truck. I like it when I can see where I'm going. Okay, we pretty much passed through Cobra. Well, I tell you, it's a big place where I live. Big place. Alright, we'll catch you in a few more miles. Alright, we're back, guys. We're getting ready to go down what we call Pine Mountain. It's nothing huge. It's just what it's called. Once we get down to the bottom, we'll be back down to around the 1,600 feet range in elevation. Before we got to the crossover point, going down the hill here, there's a pretty good little straight stretch. Well, I just wanted to see how slick it was before I came down. And I was doing about 30 miles an hour, I guess. And I just hit my brakes pretty good. It took me a good 30 or 40 feet to stop. The anti-locks were kicking in and out, but when they were holding on, I was sliding. And I've got these vehicles in front of me going real slow. So I've actually dropped my truck down into low four-wheel drive instead of high to get off of this bridge. Just so I don't have to be touching my brakes. And of course, there's somebody going to try to pass me. Kentucky tags. I don't know if he knows about the big curve that's coming up on us here. He's not moving that fast. I'm down to about 15 miles an hour right now. Just taking the old time. Don't hurry. Hope the wipers ain't driving you guys as crazy as they are me. You might not even notice it until I brought it up. Once again, I'm not looking at what the camera's looking at, so I don't know how painful that is for you. Just wanted to show you how pretty some of this is. The sides of these ridges and the trees just covered in snow. I love it. Actually clearing up coming off this hill. I didn't see that one coming. So I talked to my wife a couple of times, and it had been snowing for a good hour out there at work, and it was still rain here. And about the time everything started sticking at work, it just started snowing out this way. I think most of the snow where I work is supposed to phase out about 5 or 6, but out here it's supposed to last 8 or 9. It's just a little slower getting here. Still enough where you need to slow it down, take your time. At least till you get off this slope. Midway Baptist Church, pretty little church, beside the 4-lane here. sure it looks good. I'll catch up on it when I get home. Well, in the median here, you can even see grass now. So it's a big, huge difference from where I was. The road is pretty much clear, just a little slush. It may all change in an hour or so. We're going to go for now until we run into something else. See you in a bit. Guys, we're coming down to the hill into St. Paul, Virginia. A little more snow here than what I expected. Going by what was out there coming off the pine. Still not bad. A scraper truck's been through, and for whatever reason, it looks like they've come through the passing lane first, judging by all them slush balls in the middle. But as long as one of them's there, clear it out. We're on the home stretch now. We're about 2 miles away from home. Back section here. Looks like it's worked out real good. Pretty well clear. Got our little car wash. Absolutely full Thursday when it was so warm and pretty. People getting sawed off. It was kind of a waste of time, looks like. There's the Riverside Diner. Some good home cooked food. And that's where we had our fundraiser for the youth group last Sunday. One more red light and then we're home free. I stopped and took the truck out of four-wheel drive, I don't know, 5 miles back or so. Not had any problems. Guess it could still be a little slick. Mostly slush here. It's not the snow slush mix on the road. It may get worse later on, and it may not. I don't know. Right here before we get home, it's going to get worse. So I would guess that this road hasn't been touched yet either. My wipers are deciding to freeze up again. Can't see it for the snow, I'm guessing. Right down there over this hill is the Clinch River. favorite things about living around here. Not far now. Almost there. You can see better through this camera than I can with the naked eye out of this windshield. Alright, we are here. Take you down the driveway. Uh-oh. Here comes my welcoming committee that greets me every day. I ain't talking about the people. Doggies. Well, guys, we want to thank you for going with us. We hope you enjoyed the ride. Hope it didn't bore you or make you too sick. We're home now. We're going to get out and play with our dogs in the snow. Y'all have a good one. God bless. Come here, Shooter. Hey, Belle. Hey, Moki. Hello, Belle. Oh, by the way, there's little Belle that got hit the other night. She's doing wonderful. Bye.
The circle be unbroken. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.